What if I told you there were 5 old school exercises that have been around for decades, some of them for over a century, that can fix almost every mobility issue you're dealing with? These aren't fancy, they're not complicated, but they work because they address the root cause of why you're stiff and immobile in the first place. Your body has forgotten how to move through full ranges of motion, and these exercises are going to remind it. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. The first one is the Jefferson Curl, and I know what you're thinking because everyone says the same thing when they first see this exercise. It looks dangerous. It looks like everything you've been told not to do. Rounding your spine under load, that's supposed to destroy your back, right? Wrong. When done correctly with appropriate load, the Jefferson Curl is one of the most effective exercises for building resilient spinal flexion and hammering flexibility. Gymnasts, Olympic lifters, and old-time strongmen have used variations of this for generations because it works. Here's how you do it. Stand on a box or elevated surface with your feet hip-width apart. Hold a light weight in your hands, and I mean light. Start with 10 to 20 pounds maximum, maybe even just a broomstick at first. Begin by tucking your chin to your chest. Then, very slowly round your spine one vertebra at a time, starting from your neck and working down. You're going to feel each segment of your spine flex as you curl forward. Let the weight pull you deeper into the stretch. Go as far as you can, ideally getting your hands below the level of the box you're standing on. At the bottom, you should feel a deep stretch through your entire posterior chain. Your hamstrings, your glutes, your erector spinae, all the way up through your neck. Hold the bottom position for 2 to 3 seconds, then reverse the movement. Uncurl one vertebra at a time, starting from your lower back and stacking each segment until you're standing tall again. The entire rep should take about 10 to 15 seconds. What you're going to feel is not pain, but a deep, controlled stretch. Your hamstrings will feel it first, then your lower back, then your mid and upper back. Some people even feel it in their calves. The common mistake here is using too much weight. This isn't a strength exercise, it's a mobility drill. If you can't move slowly and with perfect control, the weight is too heavy. Another mistake is rushing the movement. You need to articulate through each vertebra. If you're just hinging at the hips and bending over, you're missing the point. Think about curling your spine like a cat arching its back, but in reverse. Start with 2 sets of 5 reps 3 times per week. When you can do that comfortably, add 5 pounds. Over time, this exercise will give you the spinal flexion mobility that most people lose by their 30s. Your ability to bend over and tie your shoes without discomfort will improve dramatically. Your deadlift will feel better. Even your squat will benefit because your spine will be able to maintain position under load. The second exercise is the bretzel, and this is an old physical therapy drill that addresses hip and thoracic spine mobility simultaneously. Most mobility problems don't exist in isolation. Your tight hips are connected to your stiff lower back, which is connected to your immobile thoracic spine. The bretzel fixes all of it at once. It looks complicated at first, but once you get into position, you'll immediately understand why this exercise has been used by physical therapists and strength coaches for decades. Lie on your left side with your bottom leg straight. Bend your top leg and pull your right knee toward your chest, grabbing it with your left hand. Now reach back with your right hand and grab your left foot or ankle, pulling it toward your glutes. You should now be in a twisted position where your top knee is pulled forward and your bottom foot is pulled backward. From here, try to rotate your chest and right shoulder toward the ceiling while keeping your right knee pulled to your chest with your left hand. You're creating a spiral through your entire body. What you'll feel immediately is a deep stretch in your right hip flexor, your left quad, and through your thoracic spine as you rotate. This one position is hitting multiple problem areas at once. Hold this position for 60 to 90 seconds, breathing deeply and trying to relax into the stretch. With each exhale, try to pull your knee a little closer to your chest and rotate your shoulder a little further toward the ceiling. The most common mistake is not getting into the proper starting position. Both legs need to be bent, one forward and one backward. If you're not holding your bottom foot, you're not getting the quad and hip flexor stretch you need. Another mistake is holding your breath. This stretch requires you to relax, and you can't relax if you're not breathing. Take deep breaths and use your exhales to sink deeper into the position. Do this on both sides, 60 to 90 seconds per side, once or twice per day if you're really stiff. You can do this as part of your warm-up, as a cool-down, or even while watching TV. Within a week, you'll notice your hips feel looser, your lower back feels better, and you can rotate your torso with much less restriction. This is one of those exercises that makes an immediate difference. Now, before I show you the third exercise, let me address something important. If you're dealing with chronic aches and pains, stiff joints, or you feel like your body just doesn't cooperate anymore, you're not alone. Most people think they're stuck with these problems forever. But what if there was a simple step-by-step system that could help you move pain-free again? I created Reboot Your Body specifically for people struggling with these exact issues. It's a 30-day program designed to restore the movement and strength you've lost so you can play with your kids or grandkids, get through your day without constant aching, and feel confident in your body again. Imagine waking up without that stiffness, being able to move freely like you did years ago. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. All right, the third exercise is the Kasac Squat, and this is an old Eastern European movement that builds hip, ankle, and adductor mobility like nothing else. If you've ever watched weightlifters or martial artists from Russia or former Soviet countries, you've seen them drop into deep side-to-side squats. That's the Kasac Squat. It forces your hips to move through ranges of motion that most people haven't accessed in years, and it'll expose every limitation you have in your lower body. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width, toes pointing slightly outward. Shift your weight to your right leg and sit back into a deep squat on that side, keeping your right foot flat on the ground. As you descend, your left leg straightens out to the side, and you can either keep that foot flat with your toes pointing up, or you can pivot on your heel. Your torso will lean slightly forward to maintain balance. Go as deep as you can on the working leg while keeping your heel down. At the bottom, you should feel a deep stretch in your right hip, ankle, and glutes, and a strong stretch in your left inner thigh and adductor. Push through your right foot to stand back up, then shift to the left side and repeat. Each rep should be slow and controlled, taking about 5 seconds to descend and 3 seconds to stand back up. What you're going to feel is how limited your ankle mobility and hip mobility actually are. Most people can't get very deep at first, and that's fine. Your adductors on the straight leg will be screaming because they're not used to being stretched under load. The biggest mistake is letting your heel come off the ground on the working leg. If your heel lifts, it means your ankle mobility is limited, and you need to work on that separately or use a small wedge under your heel temporarily. Another mistake is rushing through the reps. This needs to be slow and deliberate so your nervous system has time to relax into the new range of motion. Don't bounce at the bottom. Start with body weight only, 3 sets of 5 reps per side. When that feels comfortable, hold a light dumbbell or kettlebell at your chest for added resistance. Progress slowly. Within a month of doing these consistently, your hip mobility will be dramatically better, your squat depth will improve, you'll be able to sit in a deep squat comfortably, and movements that used to feel stiff and restricted will feel smooth. The fourth exercise is the shoulder dislocate, and don't let the name scare you, nothing is actually dislocating. This is an old-time strongman exercise that builds shoulder mobility and bulletproofs your shoulders against injury. If you've got tight shoulders, limited overhead range of motion, or you struggle with exercises like overhead press or pull-ups, this drill will change your life. Grab a broomstick, PVC pipe, or resistance band with a wide grip, wider than shoulder width. Start with the stick in front of your thighs, arms straight, keeping your arms locked out. Raise the stick up and over your head, then continue the arc backward until the stick is behind your body at your lower back. You're making a complete circle with your arms. Then reverse the movement, bringing the stick back over your head to the starting position. That's 1 rep. What you should feel is a stretch through your chest, shoulders, and lats as the stick passes overhead and goes behind you. Your shoulders are moving through their full range of motion in a controlled way. This isn't painful, but it will feel tight, especially the first few times you do it. As you get more comfortable, gradually bring your hands closer together on the stick. A narrower grip makes it harder and increases the stretch. The most common mistake is bending the elbows. Your arms need to stay completely straight throughout the entire movement. If you have to bend your elbows to get the stick behind you, your grip is too narrow. Widen it out. Another mistake is using momentum or jerking the movement. This should be slow and smooth. Take about 5 seconds to complete each full circle. Do 2 sets of 10 reps before any upper body workout, or daily if you have shoulder issues. Use a resistance band instead of a stick if you're really tight, because the band will give and allow you to complete the movement even with limited mobility. Over time, work toward using a stick with a narrower and narrower grip. When you can do this with your hands at shoulder width, you've built exceptional shoulder mobility. Your overhead press will feel better, your bench press will feel better, and your risk of shoulder injury drops dramatically. The fifth and final exercise is the Shinbox Get Up, also called the tactical get up or just the get up in some circles. This is an old martial arts and military training drill that builds hip mobility, rotational strength, and the ability to get up and down from the ground efficiently. As people age, they lose the ability to comfortably sit on the floor and stand back up. That's a massive predictor of longevity and independence. This exercise brings that ability back while also fixing hip internal and external rotation problems. Start seated on the ground with your right leg in front of you, knee bent at 90 degrees, and your left leg behind you, also bent at 90 degrees. This is the Shinbox position. Both knees and both feet should be on the ground. From here, you're going to rotate your hips and transition to the opposite Shinbox position, bringing your left leg to the front and your right leg to the back. As you rotate, post your hand on the ground for support if needed. Once you're in the new Shinbox position, stand up, then sit back down into a Shinbox and rotate to the other side. What you'll immediately notice is how challenging this is if you have limited hip mobility. Getting into a proper Shinbox position requires both internal and external hip rotation, which most people have lost. The transition from one side to the other forces you to control that rotation. Standing up from the Shinbox tests your hip strength and balance. This one exercise reveals every weak link in your lower body. Common mistakes include not getting both knees and both feet on the ground in the Shinbox position. If one knee is in the air, you don't have the hip mobility yet. Work on sitting in the Shinbox position for time before you try the transitions. Another mistake is using your arms too much to stand up. The goal is to drive through your legs and use your hips. Your arms are just for balance. Start with 3 sets of 5 transitions per side. Sit in the Shinbox, rotate to the other side, stand up, sit back down, rotate, stand up. That's 1 set. Do this 3 times per week. If you can't get into a Shinbox at all, sit with your back against a wall and practice the position until your hips open up enough to get both knees down. This might take weeks, and that's fine. The progress is worth it. Within a month or 2, you'll be able to move from sitting to standing fluidly, and your hips will feel 20 years younger. All right, now's the time for me to show you how you can combine these 5 exercises into a complete mobility routine you can do 4 to 5 times per week. This routine addresses every major mobility problem most people face and takes about 20 minutes. Start with shoulder dislocates for 2 sets of 10 reps. Use a band or wide grip stick. This should take about 3 minutes and gets your shoulders ready for the rest of the session. Next, do Jefferson curls for 2 sets of 5 reps with light weight. Move slowly, control every inch of the movement. This adds about 4 minutes. Then move to the bretzel stretch, 60 seconds per side. Breathe deeply and relax into it. This adds another 3 minutes. After that, do Kasac squats for 3 sets of 5 reps per side. Go slow, feel the stretch, maintain control. This adds about 6 minutes. Finally, finish with Shinbox Get Ups for 3 sets of 5 transitions per side. Focus on smooth movement and proper positioning. This adds another 4 minutes. In total, this routine takes about 20 minutes and addresses spinal mobility, hip mobility, shoulder mobility, and functional movement patterns. Do this 4 to 5 times per week, and within 2 weeks, you'll notice significant improvements. Your lower back will feel better, your hips will feel looser, your shoulders will move freely. Within a month, chronic stiffness that you thought was permanent will be gone. Within 2 months, you'll move better than you have in years, and you'll have the mobility to train hard without injury, play with your kids or grandkids without limitation, and live without constant aching. These 5 old school exercises have fixed mobility problems for generations of athletes and regular people. They'll work for you too. Get after it.